Hello, Real Producers. This is Kristen Brindley, your publisher of DC Metro Real Producers, and I'm here with the wonderful, magnificent Chanin Wisler. Thank you so much for being with us.
Of course.
Well, she is in our February edition, and this is her partner spotlight. And Chanin's been with DC Metro Real Producers since the very beginning. She's an amazing lender, and she did 40 plus million last year. And 20 years in the business, over 20 years in the business, active investor, licensed Maryland, DC, Virginia. And she's a great mother, a great person, and avid scuba diver. And her story like hits my heartstrings, and we'll talk about that piece. But tell us, Chanin, first, what is it that you do? And, how did you end up in mortgages and in lending?
I'm a mortgage loan officer. As you said, our office is in DC on Wisconsin Avenue, and I live in Rockville. I got into the business after I was in medical device sales. So I did that for about 10 years and I loved it. I loved being in the OR. I loved learning. I loved watching the surgeries. But I had been married at that point about 8 years and I was getting older, and it was kind of time to do the family thing. Either we're going to do it or we're not going to do it. And I said, well, I can't imagine having a little newborn baby and being in the OR with my stuff run through the sterilizer, scrubbed in and ready to go at 7 a.m. Like either I was not going to be a very good mother or I was not going to be a very good sales rep. So I began thinking about other things that I could do. And my brother, who was in the industry, said, why don't you come work for me? And I was like, I don't know if that's such a good idea. And he's in California. And I said, well, next time you come home for Christmas, let's talk. Not like I'm your sister, but like I'm the guy down the street. So we had a conversation and it just worked out. And I opened up my own branch in Silver Spring. And I had that for a while until I transitioned to First Washington Mortgage, where I am now.
And you've been there. How long have you been at First Washington?
Like 15 years-ish, 14, something like that.
14,
15 years, yeah.
Yeah. So tell us the progression, because, from what you did, at the beginning to, I mean, you do a lot of referral business and you work with a lot of great agents, a lot of repeat business now too.
Yeah, it's just, it's really grown, and it's grown in the right kinds of ways, because of what I do outside of just sitting at my computer quoting rates. I'm a G-car instructor. I get people, I get realtor referrals from that. I serve on the YPN committee at G-car. I do homeowner seminars. So I do a lot of things that get me in the community. I'm also an investor, so I deal with a lot of investor clients, and it's just, every loan that I do, I want to turn into more, either from that person or their friends and their family, because I want them to have a good experience. And, it's like everybody says, it's the greatest compliment to get a referral from a past client. That just makes me feel so good.
Absolutely. What's your biggest challenge, do you think, right now? What's your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge really, honestly, is just time management. And it's a real struggle, because I know that people want me to be available to them in the evenings, on the weekends. But, this weekend I work both Saturday and Sunday, and I work Sunday from 9 in the morning till about 3 in the afternoon. Luckily, my son was taking his driver's ed class that day, so I didn't miss out on any interactions with him. But right now I'm trying to balance those, and maybe it's just some tweaks in our process and some tweaks in just expectations and stuff that might enable me to just say, no, I'm not working Saturday, or I'm not working Sunday, or I talked with my processor, maybe I start taking Mondays off. I don't know, but it's great to be busy, but there's also, I gotta have some fun too. I mean, with COVID, it wasn't that big of a deal. There was really no fun to be had, but sister, I am ready to have fun. Like I'm ready to go see my shows and go out and have dinners and, like do my investment seminars. Like I'm tired of sitting at home and wearing a mask
Well,
and
yeah,
feeling
and
sad.
well, and you're an avid traveler and scuba diver, and you know what I mean. Like you scuba dive all over the world. Like you do fun things like that.
Yeah, like we need to get back to that. So yeah, I would say time management. And I've got different personnel this year than I did last year and the years before, and we're really trying to tweak our process. So it's just, it's like clockwork, and it's better for everybody. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody's informed. Everybody feels like they're communicated with enough. But then we also have like, it's my brother taught me a long time ago, like working on your files and then, or working in your business and then working on your business. And that's hard too. But I'm learning to delegate a little bit more, and I'm learning to let my team take care of more stuff. But I'm so type A, like I like to have my hands in everything.
I
So
get it. Well, and you give great service, and I feel like that's been a hallmark for you, like boutique service. What's
yeah.
been most rewarding, do you think, in your profession? Like, what's been most
I mean,
rewarding for you?
just helping people into homes, helping people make the right decision. I mean, sometimes you could call, I'm not trying to bash the competition, but you could call a big bank and somebody's in a phone bank and they might have been a teller the week before, like I'm a little bit older and I've got a little experience. So, with that comes knowledge, and I can give people options and give people a little bit more education and maybe show them, well, maybe you didn't think about it, but we could do this, and that might enable you to do that. So I think, getting people into the right loan and getting in people into homes is just the most rewarding. I was talking to you earlier about, we closed a deal on a veteran last week. She's a 24-year-old vet, just came back from serving overseas. She has a great job as like a government contractor type, and she just bought a single family house by herself in Montgomery County. And, the day before closing, yeah, go girl power, the day before closing, we were going over the numbers, and I just said to her, I said, congratulations. I said, I really hope that, either during tomorrow when you're signing away or like afterward, that you really take a minute to be proud of yourself, congratulate yourself, celebrate yourself. This is a big deal, and I said, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. Like, you are setting yourself up. You're setting your future kids that you don't even have up for success and for generational wealth and all that good stuff. And like, to be able to help a veteran into a home, I love doing VA loans.
You lit up when you were talking about that earlier, and about assessing the whole situation and helping someone not just once, but through their lifetime. Like I love how you talk about your clients. What's the next step for you in your business? Like what's next for you? What does 2022, 2023 look like?
I think I'm open, and I'm still trying to figure that out. Like once again, it's tweaking things to be there for my clients and my realtor partners when they need a last minute pre-approval. Like, they know they can count on me, and that, I like that about me, like I like that I'm reliable. When I talk to listing agents after we've sent a pre-approval and an offer, I tell them, look, I'm local, I'm accountable. Like, people know me. Like, I do a good job because I want to, but I can't afford not to. So, do I want more people on my team and more business? I don't know. Like, I think I'm kind of good where I'm at. I just want to be better at the amount that we do and have everybody have a fantastic experience. I think that's the most important. Just making sure that my clients and my realtor partners have a good experience and know that they can rely on me. I'm not, looking immediately to bring on more people and have this huge team, although that's not out of the picture either if the right people and right things came about. So I guess I'm open, Kristen, really.
Good for you. Hey, you're open. So anybody watching this out here, if you're looking at the industry or whatever, like she would be a great person to learn from and be on a team with. Well, so why is it important to work with a great loan officer? Why would you say it's so important to work with a great person like yourself, Shannon?
I mean, in today's, and any kind of market is fast moving, but our market is super fast moving. And you have to have somebody who is thorough and professional and does their job correctly from the get-go, because once people start going out and looking at houses, they don't have time to sit there and think. They don't have time to, get pre-approved. Like, they have to be already pre-approved. They have to be ready to go and ready to put their best foot forward. And I have to make sure that I've done all the due diligence there is, and my, pre-approval letter needs to be strong. And what we're doing with a lot of folks is we're sending their loan to underwriting first. So what happens, Kristen, is it gets underwritten without a contract. So my pre-approval becomes an approval letter, and that makes their offer, just a little bit stronger. Like, we don't have to wonder, did the loan officer mess up one income that we really can't use, or did something pop up in underwriting that somebody missed? No, it's been fully underwritten. We just then pop in the contract, the appraisal, and the title. So, it's like, I'm trying to do anything we can to get our clients in a better position to get that home that they just put an offer on that they want so bad. So,
That
I think that, yeah, somebody local and accountable is going to want to do that. Somebody that sits at a phone bank in Detroit, I don't think
not
they
as
really care
much.
too much.
Yeah. What's one piece of advice that served you really well working with realtors? Like, what advice would you give?
Any advice, and I would give the same advice, is just, be open, be transparent. If you see something that could be a potential hazard or concern, like, let's talk about it. Let's get it out there. Let's say that this is what's going on. This is what I think. This is what we're going to do about it. So, I think communication is really key, because everybody wants to feel comfortable. Everybody wants to feel like they know what the heck is going on. And nobody wants a surprise, and nobody wants, to feel like they don't know where they're going. Like, I want to be a good communicator and a reliable partner.
So let's see. Now tell us, because you're an amazing mom. Like, when you talk about Brian, like, you light up. Tell us about, your family.
I have one son. He's 15. He's getting ready to learn how to drive. When he was younger, his dad, my husband, and Eric, and I coached his lacrosse. So because of COVID, we lost out on our last coaching opportunity. Now he's a big bad high school kid. And with his club teams, he has paid coaches. So no more mom and dad. So, you had mentioned we're scuba divers. At the age of 10, he kind of surprisingly got certified. And that was, we were on a vacation, and we were at this place called Anthony's Key, and it has a dolphin research place there. So before, when we had went with friends, the kids were young. So they were doing dolphin camp and training the dolphins and feeding the dolphin and swimming with the dolphins and
That's pretty amazing. Yeah.
yeah, and snorkeling and doing all that kinds of stuff. Well, he was 10, and at 10 you can get dive certified, but that I wasn't thinking that yet. And the lady went through the weekly schedule, and she said, and then on Friday it's family dive. And I said, come again? And she said, yeah, he's going to get dive certified this week. And I said, what?
What?
And she said, how old is he? And I'm like, he's like, I'm 10. She's like, he can get, and I was like, are you ready? So mommy wasn't quite ready, but baby was, and he did a great job. And I saw him in the water, and he was a natural. And I was talking to his dive master all week, and he said, he's the only one, he doesn't give me any trouble. He pays attention. He's good to go. So I now have a 15-year-old who's on the boat with us, and it just makes it more fun.
That is more fun.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to share with the real producers?
Just that, I'd love the opportunity to work with agents. I'd love the opportunity to work with folks that maybe need a little bit more handholding, or maybe an investor client, or just, if you want a higher level of service. And of course, my rates usually beat just about anybody. I mean, I can be the same rate or better than the big banks and local and whatever. So, if you want just a little bit more from your lender, give me a call. Let's see if we can work together.
Absolutely. Well, and we appreciate you here at Real Producers. You didn't check out her story. You definitely should.